Everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. All right, so we have not been having morning coffee live streams in a while. This is our second one in consecutive days. I hope everybody's having a beautiful day, and we got a lot to talk about. First thing that we're going to be discussing, well, one of the things we're going to be discussing today is the gentleman that the police are now saying that they're not going to charge involved in the shooting that happened in the subway. We're going to discuss that, and we're also going to discuss Fani Willis and the new situation going on with her. Apparently, a judge has came to the conclusion, Judge McAfee has come to the conclusion that there was no overt impropriety. There was only the appearance of impropriety. So basically, she has to remove her office from the case, or at the very least, Nathan Wade has to be removed from the case. We'll discuss that. But I really want to talk about the situation that population and all these other problems and all these other issues primarily being created by the Democrats. But for whatever the reason is, even though the Democrats are creating these problems, y'all hate Trump. I don't get it, but whatever. In any regard, they are looking for the young lady that stabbed the dude in the back. So there's a couple of things I want to say about that real quick. First thing is this: why are there so many people on like social media or whatever in the world that thinks that she needs to be arrested? I don't understand why she needs to be arrested. Obviously, what was happening was she was with the dude allegedly. I think now the dude is just not giving her up. Shout out to him. I wouldn't be giving her up either. So she was with the dude allegedly. They walked onto the. I'll give you the chain of events for everybody that don't know. So basically, what happened is the attacker, the black dude, he gets on the train, and then on one stop, and then at the very next stop, pardon me, uh, the couple get on the train. They get on the train together. They sit together, right? Or at least it's the presumption that they're together. For whatever the reason is, homeboy starts arguing at them. He probably was already agitated. He probably was already arguing at other people on the train. At least that's the impression that was given from the witnesses, or at least from the information in which I received from the witnesses. So he's probably he's arguing with this guy. This guy does not want to argue with him, and then that's when the fight actually ensues. So before we get to the actual fight, I want to say something. What's up with these weird people out here that think because they want to fight, you have? They're not freaking gladiators. I don't care how well they can or can't fight. They're not out here in the world looking for situations to get involved in. They probably got kids at home. They got a wife at home. They got responsibilities. They got to make it to their job the next day. All types of things that involve being an adult. Why in the hell do they have to stop life to go fight some random asshole in the street that want to have a problem with them? All of the criminals already got guns. Why can't we give guns to some responsible people? All the criminals already got guns. If you expect for a criminal to not have a gun because it's illegal, that don't even make sense. Like, we gotta make guns illegal. Them criminals. That doesn't even make sense. They're criminals. York City, people need to protect their families. People need to protect, their properties. People need to protect their things. Yes, people are just miserable. I want to say shout out to the young lady that was in the corner store yesterday. So I was out here when we was doing our show. Is an ex-crackhead. I don't know if the lady is a crackhead or not. I don't even know what lady they were talking about. She went into the store and tried to get people riled up against me to come out here and cause them. Why is that guy outside doing his show? Well, he got to get out of here. She went in there with, who the hell is this woman? In any regard, shout out to the young lady that was in the store and told her to mind her business. How do you not hurting nobody? You just trying to make your own way, doing your own. And what will happen is somebody they've been suffering in life, they don't like their own life, they're angry. What they want to do is they want to disrupt your life. It don't have nothing to do with you doing anything wrong. They're spending so much time on social media hating everything, spending so much time on social media unnecessarily criticizing everything, that now they're just bringing that into real life. I really need these people to get here. I'm losing connection so bad. I'm over here. Anyway, so in any regard, shout out to the young girl that was in the store the other day, and You know, because I don't know nothing about it. I actually know her name. I ain't gonna tell y'all though. But shout out to the young girl that was in the store. You heard? All right. Shout out to the young girl that was in the store the other day. Shout out to the young girl that was in the store the other, and because at the end of the, like, we need more people that come from good families, man. Coming from a good family don't mean your parents was rich. Coming from a good family means that you got values. Coming from a good family means somebody cared enough about you to put care in you. A lot of these people don't got care in them, so they can't care about other people. They don't have sympathy. They don't have empathy. They don't have remorse. And that's part of the problem that we have in these streets, because this is what's being taught to the kids. So now let's get back to this dude on this train real quick, because he's basically embodying all of the issues that we currently have in our society right now. One of those issues being people thinking that they have to bring whatever issue they got with themselves to you, because you do know that that man was not mad at anybody else but himself. He gets on the train, he decides to start an argument or start a conflict with someone else. It was unnecessary, pardon me. During this conflict, the guy who does not want to fight, and I'm 100% an advocate that if somebody steps to you and you don't want to fight and you end up killing them, you should not be charged. I don't care how you kill them. I don't care how they die. It's going to sound cruel. It's going to sound mean. But if you're an individual out here just roaming the streets looking to fight somebody, what would have happened if he would have ran up on a woman? What would have happened if he would have ran up on a woman with her children? An old man. What would have happened? He would have attacked them and they wouldn't have been able to even do anything. It just so happened that he just started attacking a man that had the strength and the wherewithal and the temerity to oppose him. If he would have approached the old person, because come on, we can look at the person and tell that there's something wrong with him. If he would approach the old person or a woman, how would they have been able to defend themselves? And we don't know if there was any real men on that train. We don't know if there was any real men that would have stepped up and been like, yo, we're not gonna let you beat on this woman. We don't even know that. So for all of these dudes that walk around trying to start problems with people and have fights with random people that just minding their business, if y'all get killed, that's on you, fam. And I don't think nobody should cry. You out there doing Satan's work. You're literally trying to make another person miserable and upset another person's day. You're doing Satan's work. God says we should use kind words. So anytime anybody isn't using kind words, anytime anybody is trying to do something that's creating conflict or separation, they doing Satan's work. You get what you get. It is what it is. Dude got hit in the head. We don't know if he's going to survive. I don't care if he survives. That's not my concern. My concern is for the people that he could have injured. My concern is for the people on that train that he brought the gun on and then pulled out. And this is another thing I want to say, right? All of you dudes that's out here. Okay, so I got a thing. I refuse to fight a nigga if he with his girl. So I don't never want to fight nobody in the first place. I'm talking about when I was back in my, I'm old. I'm talking about back when I was in my 20s, back when I was in my 30s. I refuse to have conflict with people if they with their family. I just refuse. You got more important things to do. I'd rather make you look good in front of your family than to make you look bad in front of your family. Because we're not on that type of time, fam. So the simple fact that dude was with a woman and the other dude came and started, maybe he was mad because he's single. Maybe you should be single, nigga. There's a lot of bad women out. There's a lot of bad dudes out here. There's a lot of bad potential dates out here, fam. Maybe you being single was God protecting you. You just don't even know. Sometimes God protection is somebody basically denying you a thing that you want, because the thing that you want is going to destroy you. Pay attention. The police are saying that they are not looking to jail the guy. They're not looking to incarcerate the guy. They're not looking to jail the guy. They're not looking to incarcerate the guy. He's fine. Apparently. They are looking for the young lady. I believe one of the reasons why they're looking for the young lady is just so they could get all of this shit over with. And for the people that keep saying she should be in jail, she stabbed the dude with his own weapon. The dude put his weapon down on the seat. She picked the seat up and stabbed him in the back. As she, Because if I'm with some woman and some dude got me pinned and he about to win the fight and she don't do something to make it so, we gotta turn this shit around. We helping each other pay bills. We gotta both get home. I don't know, that's the way I'm looking at it. So now they looking for the lady. I don't think that the lady should be, I think they're just looking for her to let her go. I think that it's just like, it's just one of those crossing all their T's and dotting all their I's situation. I don't think that she's gonna be in trouble for her to be in. It was a dire situation. You had a man get on the train acting extremely, and remember, I got stabbed on the train recently too. So I feel a way about this. Remember, I was on the train and dude tried to fight me. He had a cane in one hand and he had a box cutter or a knife in the other one. And I was fighting the dude on the train. If I didn't get the fucking cane from him and start whooping his ass, there's no telling what could have happened. There's no telling what could have happened. I only got stabbed once. I'm thankful for that. I'm extremely thankful. But nah, what they need to do is they guarding the toll booths to make sure people pay their tolls. Also, I don't care that the dude that started the fight hopped the train. Why is the train $3, you rat bastards? Probably if the train wasn't $3, everybody wouldn't be hopping. Because right now, everybody is hopping the train. Everybody is hopping the train.
I make sure I get my little price on the streets.
I've been in Manhattan and seen people that I freaking know. I know who they are. Y'all know who they are. They be on television. And I've seen them hop the train, fam. Nobody wants to pay that damn $3 to get on the train, all right? Y'all raised, I'm going to tell you what happened to the MTA if y'all didn't realize what just happened. They raised the fares, but after they raised the fares, now less people are paying. So they're not really making more money. So that's what happened with the MTA. They raised the fares, but ain't nobody paying because nobody want to pay $3 to get on the subway. I personally think that if the subway was more reasonable prices, people would take the subway more, and that would make their revenue go up. I'm just telling you what it is. Imagine how many people would rather walk a mile than get on the train and take it 3 stops. Because I know walking a mile is nothing to me. Imagine how many people would rather just walk the mile and get on the bus and take it a couple of stops. So if they make the fare more reasonable, I think there's just going to be more people taking it, more people not minding. And this is before making it less dangerous. Because at the end of the day, you can't stop people from bringing weapons onto the train. All right? First of all, I don't know if we should be trying to, once again, I don't know if we should be trying to stop people from bringing weapons anywhere. I think that they should start opening up gun ownership in New York City. Because all of the criminals already have guns. Why can't responsible citizens have them? This is what you got to understand. The government, I'm about to say something, pay attention. The government is fine with criminals having weapons. The government don't want responsible citizens having weapons. Because if responsible citizens have weapons, then we could create a militia. You get it? You don't have to worry about a militia being created when the only people that got weapons is criminals. If they create a militia, that means that we can police our own streets. And we can police our own streets. Do you know how many problems the government will have with controlling us? So if you really understand what's going on and you're really paying attention, but you know, people don't pay attention to me, everybody. Fuck it. But if you're really paying attention to what's going on and you really understand what's going on, the main thing that's happening is all of these things is just systems of control. First of all, they're about to move everybody out of their apartments. Y'all know Nancy Hoku signed that law that says that they could just pull up on anybody at any time and say that you got to go into quarantine because they consider you a health hazard to the city, right? Nancy Hoku, Democrat, y'all voted for. So basically, they can go up to your home, knock on your door, say they have reason to believe that without giving you any tests or anything. They have reason to believe that you are a hazard to public safety as far as health situations, like if you got, COVID or some shit. And what they can do is they can just go put you in the quarantine for an indefinite amount of time. That just got signed into law. Everybody that votes Democrat, I know y'all gonna vote them, especially black people. We just don't stop voting Democrat. This shit is crazy. So, like, I'm not saying don't vote Democrat, but could we just pay a little bit closer attention to the people that we vote for? I'm pretty sure that there's incredible Democrats out there, just like there are trash Republicans out there. So, could we just pay a little bit more attention to the people that we vote for so we know what we're getting into? That's what I'm trying to say. So they could just pull up to your crib and snatch you out of your crib. Everybody forgets that happened. Now do y'all realize why they bringing all of these migrants in here? People don't listen. Because people like me say the shit. And I got people that hate me. So they gonna tell you I'm lying. They gonna tell you I don't know what I'm talking about. But how many times have I told y'all what was gonna happen 2-3 years before it happened? I told y'all who Trump was gonna choose for his vice president like 6 months before he chose her. Didn't I? These are the facts. The videos are still up, man. I ain't gotta lie. I told y'all there was gonna be a war. And what was it, 2019? I told you that we was headed towards a world war. What are we in right now? The videos are still up, fam. I don't gotta lie. I told y'all we was gonna have a civil war. What do you literally think is going on right now? Do y'all understand what's happening with TikTok? I don't think anybody understands what's happening with TikTok. So basically, what TikTok does is when you put it onto your phone, it grabs all the information off of your phone and it sends it to their servers. So what the government want to do is, what the government should be wanting to do is shut TikTok down in general. Like, you know what? You're stealing people's information. We don't want TikTok to exist. But what they're actually trying to do is they want that information. And they want that information now before the next election. So pay attention. Hey, little cutie.
Oh, look.
All of the things. Little cutie. Somebody go. So pay attention, because that's what they're trying to do. All right? So that's what this whole TikTok mess is about. They want to get everybody's information. That's what they want. So that's want to share with them the information that they want. Now I'm about to hit you over the head. You know, TikTok isn't primarily owned by a Chinese company. TikTok is also owned by an American company. There's American companies that own TikTok. TikTok is not primarily owned by Chinese companies. Okay? I'm about to hit you over the head again. Check this out. This is just information. I don't know if anybody knows this. But check this out. The reason why they want TikTok is because the algorithm that TikTok created. So that's why they want the TikTok. TikTok created an algorithm, and none of the other social media apps has that algorithm. They don't. You're welcome. And none of the other. You're welcome. Come on. None of the other social media apps have that algorithm. So TikTok wants that algorithm. So TikTok wants that algorithm. You understand? That's what's going on. Pop up. So since TikTok wants the algorithm, I gotta go stand inside. Motherfucker. Yeah, I ain't got no choice. You got the music on. You gotta get my show demonetized. I gotta stand inside for a minute until dude pull off. So basically, TikTok is owned by not just Chinese companies. There's American companies that also own TikTok. You understand? So what they're doing is they're trying to force TikTok to sell out to all of the American companies, because TikTok has an algorithm in it that they covet. But besides the TikTok algorithm that they covet, another issue that they have is, which is absolutely, it is what it is that they want to be able to get all of the people's information, and China isn't giving the information. China is holding the information tight like this and not giving it up. So they're pissed. So why you think they're doing this now? They're doing it before the election, because what they want is they want all of your information before the election happens. So I don't know if they want the information because they want to manipulate people. I don't know if they want the information because they want to like shit on somebody. Like, if you don't do this thing that we want you to do, we're going to screw you over. I have no idea why they want the information. You're welcome, man. I'm just waiting for the guy to leave outside and then I'll go step outside. I don't know why people are like, you're not even in the car, man. You ain't need to have the music playing. Well, you're welcome, man. So, get back to the subway situation before I got it all off track. Talk about Fani Willis too. Just gonna run through the subway thing and then I'm gonna get to Fani Willis. So just so we could be clear, and I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. My position is this. My position is this. Right? This is my position. Homeboy, this is my position. Yeah. Homeboy that stabbed the dude on the train. Pardon me. Homeboy that started the argument on the train, he a sucker. Could y'all stop thinking that these loud yelling people that loud yelling, tough acting. You see how tough that dude was acting with a dude that didn't want to fight? I don't understand why y'all don't see that as pussy. When I was growing up, if you wanted to fight a dude that didn't want to fight, you were the pussy, not the nigga that didn't want to fight, fam. Y'all have completely, totally switched that around. I don't, this lady hates that bag. Y'all have completely, totally switched that around. I do not understand how this is a thing now. But when I was growing up, if you was trying to fight a nigga that was just living his life and didn't want no problems with you, you were the pussy. So as far as I'm concerned, dude that was on the train, the dark-skinned dude that was trying to fight the light-skinned dude, that nigga pussy. I don't care how many weapons he got. I don't care how many weapons he got. I don't care how, you welcome, man. I don't care how many weapons he got. I don't care how tough he talking. None of that matters. Because how are you out here in the world, what up, mind, body, and soul? How you out here in the world trying to fight people that's trying to live their life? Y'all confuse tough with pussy. I don't know when this happened, but I think it's just because a lot of the youth right now is being taught by niggas that got bullied when they was kids. So the youth see niggas with good hearts, and if they see you with a good heart, they just assume you a sucker. I'm going to tell you something right now. I know a lot of people that when they get to 40 and 50 years old, they don't feel like fighting no more, fam. They want to go live their regular life. I'm 40, 50 years old. What the fuck do I want to be outside fighting with somebody for? That don't even make sense. That don't even make sense. Good morning.
This way. Hey. Hey, come here.
Yeah, that don't even make sense. Dude is just minding his business, going about his life, and the dark-skinned dude wanted to have a fight with him. That dude got everything he deserved. I'm not wishing death on people because we not doing that. But what's up, my brother? That dude got everything he deserved. Yeah? I want the NYPD to start operating that way. Because now the regular citizen like myself shouldn't have to feel like if somebody comes start a problem with me and I end it, that I gotta go to prison. I shouldn't have to feel that way. People shouldn't have to feel like by them protecting themselves or keeping themselves from harm that they might go to prison. People shouldn't have to feel that way, fam. As soon as they fix that, a lot of the problems in our streets will end. I promise you. As soon as they start making it so that you could defend yourself and protect yourself, a lot of these problems people got in the street are end. Because a lot of these suckers won't have that to hide behind. A lot of these suckers be messing with niggas because they know a nigga don't want to kill them. Just telling you what it is, man. A lot of these suckers is messing with niggas because they know the nigga don't want to kill them. If this was the 80s, a lot of y'all wouldn't be around no more, fam. Pardon me. If this was the 80s, a lot of y'all wouldn't be around. Am I lying, fam? That's a fact, though, right? If this was the 80s, a lot of y'all wouldn't be around no more. I'm letting you know right now. There'd be a lot of crying-ass mothers crying over their child. A lot of y'all wouldn't be around no more. And I'm saying the 80s, and I'm talking for every area. I'm not saying if this is the 80s in the Bronx. I'm saying 80s in general. A lot of y'all wouldn't be around no more, fam. We talking about a period in time Where if you was acting weirdo if you was a weirdo, niggas was just literally just leaving you in abandoned buildings, fam. There was dead bodies being found in abandoned buildings on a regular. That was a normal thing in the 80s. Good morning. How you doing today?
Yeah, good.
Excellent.
Have a nice day.
You also, thank you. Niggas wouldn't even be alive, man. All of this sucker shit. The internet wouldn't even be like this if this was the people in the 80s on the internet, fam, all of this hating y'all be doing, that shit wouldn't even be tolerated. That shit, niggas, what y'all don't understand is people weren't able to walk around like Homeboy. Homeboy would have got deleted. I'm telling you right now. I don't know where that dude is from. He could be from any borough in New York City. He would have got deleted with that energy. Walking around with that type of energy. He would have never made it to that train. He probably would have got deleted 2 or 3 years ago, fam. He would have got deleted, I'm telling you. The 80s was different. Go talk to somebody. It didn't get tougher out here. It got more sensitive out here. It got more feminine in the street. It didn't get tougher. It got feminine in the street. Think about it like this. That dude felt like he had to go argue with another man. I can't even understand that concept. Most us men can't even understand feeling like you need to argue with another nigga. That's not a masculine trait, fam. That's a feminine trait. I'm not trying to knock women or nothing like that. We're not doing that. We love our women. But that's a feminine trait, fam. That's not a masculine trait. And that's what a lot of these little kids got in them. We got a ton of little boys running around and they act like little girls. All they want to do is be arguing with another nigga. That's crazy. That's literally the reason why some girls only have male friends. Because niggas don't be around arguing with each other all the time. Niggas ain't on no bitch ass shit. So it just wouldn't exist, man. I don't know what to tell you. I remember growing up, the 2 toughest places I knew about was Brooklyn and the Bronx. Whenever I heard anybody talk about Brooklyn, it was about how tough niggas was and everything. This is real shit, and I'm not saying it's not right now. I lived in the Bronx, so I know what type of shit the Bronx was on. So I say all that to say this. Even in Queens, fam, this type of behavior wasn't acceptable. You understand? Even in places like Queens, this shit wasn't acceptable. Dudes just running around trying to have problems with other men. Like, who raised you? Who in the hell raised you? Why are y'all niggas so sensitive that somebody else winning hurts your ego? In any regard, let's stay on the. I wanna go to Fani Willis for a minute. But I want to say this one last thing. I hope that young lady isn't charged. She stabbed the nigga with his own weapon. He got stabbed with his own weapon and he got shot with his own weapon. Everything that happened to him was God's doing. This was not done by those 2 people. This was God's doing. You got to know how God worked. God worked through us. You understand? This was God's doing. I promise you. That man was about to go do something that he was probably, that was going to be not a good thing. And this was God's doing. Remember, he got a gun on him and he got a knife on him. He was headed somewhere, fam. There's no telling what he was headed to go do. There's no telling what violence he was headed to go be a part of. He was headed somewhere, fam. What in the hell reason would somebody have to run around with a gun and a knife on them? That's overkill. What in the fuck? You that scared? Having one weapon on you is fine. But you got 2 and 3, and who the fuck are you? Frank Castle? That dude was headed somewhere to go do something. God stopped him. How did God stop him? God stopped him by getting him distracted and then using those 2 people as his instrument. God stopped that man from going and doing whatever BS. Good morning, sir. God stopped that man from doing whatever BS he was headed to go do. That was God's work. And then what happened after that? The police said that they're not going to charge him, as they shouldn't. And I believe that they're just trying to find the young lady. I do not think that they're going to charge the young lady at all. I believe they just want to find him. They don't want to find her. They don't want to charge her. There's nothing, you can't charge her if you're not going to charge him. You understand? Let's talk about this Fani Willis shit for a moment. Let's give it a couple of minutes. Get this Fani Willis shit in a minute. What the fuck? One second, I gotta plug a thing in. Judge McAfee has said that Fani Willis can stay on the case as long as she takes the other dude off of the case. The guy she was dating, Nathan Wade. So we're going to see what happens. But she has a bigger issue, all right? So she's still on the case. All that has to happen is Nathan Wade has to be removed from the case. She's still on the case, but she has a bigger problem for everybody that don't know. So Jim Jordan, he's a representative for Ohio. He has basically been looking into her spending practices, because this is something that you have to understand about all of these municipalities. The majority of them is spending money in places that they're not supposed to be, but it's brushed under the rug, and then after a while they just recoup it, and then they play with the budget. And that's how come a lot of times places are underfunded. It's because the money is literally being stolen. So in this particular situation, Jim Jordan, the representative for Ohio, he's under the belief. Morning, my brother. All right. He's under the belief that she took funds that were supposed to be used for youth organizations, and instead of putting those funds in youth organizations, there were conversations that she was going to use the funds for other alternative purposes. Now, the thing that got her screwed up and got this going where it's going is she fired somebody. So there was a person that was working in her office. They brought up concerns about spending the money in the appropriate places. And so what happens is that person ends up getting fired. But what that person, good morning. But what that person did do was that person recorded the conversation that they had. So the person recorded the conversation that they had with Fani Willis, and that's basically what created, the ability for them to do this. So even though Fani Willis can stay on this case, this is going to be big. There might be a lot of stuff going on that might have her removed. I'm going to tell you the funniest part about all of this, though. Hold on, I'm going to go inside so I can make sure y'all can hear me. I'm going to tell you what the funniest part about all of this Fani Willis stuff is. I keep seeing people online, and I think it's bots for the most part. I don't think it's actual people. But I keep seeing accounts online saying that Fani Willis is being attacked because she's a black woman. Fani Willis is not being attacked because she's a black woman, fam. If that was a white woman doing the same exact thing, I believe that the same exact stuff would be happening. If it was a white man, you already know that the same stuff would have been happening. Yes, man. Because you know how they give it up. So, right? Because they go after they go after white dudes like a motherfucker for corruption. That's what I mean by that. So, I don't think that this is a situation where Fani Willis is being, because she's a black woman. Stop saying that. That's just absolute insanity. She did some things that were inappropriate. She isn't supposed to be dating somebody that works for her. I mean, that goes like in almost every company and almost every corporation has that. You can't do that. Okay, stop. Also, they're saying now that she's trying to misappropriate some funds. So she has some stuff going on with her, okay? We don't know how true any of this is, but I don't think that there's anything wrong with looking into it. That's just my opinion. Do I have the right camera on? Oh, yeah, I did. But I don't think that there's anything wrong with looking into it. And more so, she's just a pawn for the Democrats. That's it. The Democrats just use her as a pawn. Just like this whole going after TikTok is another, but that's a government thing. I don't think that's a Democrat thing. I think that's a Republican and Democrat thing. That's bipartisan. But nobody's going after Fani Willis because she's a black woman. Do y'all remember when she started going after Trump, how everybody cheered her? And the majority of the people cheered her, saying that, yes, we got a black woman doing something incredible going after Trump. So we're not doing that. All right? That's just people just talking. People just say anything. She did some stuff that she was not supposed to be doing, and now they trying to hold her accountable. That's it. If that was a man that was in a relationship with a woman and he was her boss, y'all be jumping through hoops trying to say how he manipulated her and used her, right? That's what y'all be doing. Let's just say what it is. Y'all be jumping through hoops talking about how men are all trash and he used her, and now he that's what y'all be doing, fam. Let's just keep it fair. Let's just say what it is in any regard. So yeah, that part. Any questions? Anybody got any questions? Y'all can put it in the chat. I don't really want to go too hard on the Fani Willis thing. I got a video. We dropped a couple of videos about Fani Willis. We're probably gonna drop another one today. 10-minute videos. I'm gonna drop some more 10-minute videos about the situation on the train today. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about? I'm trying to think of what else we've been dropping videos on lately. I don't know. That's about it. But once again, shout out to homegirl that was in the store. Some lady went in the store just like bad mouthing me, minding my business, and homegirl was like telling her to mind her business. Like, why don't you mind your business? Like, so shout out to homegirl that was in the store the other day. It's dope. People gotta start. You got like. Okay, so we're living in we're living in a period of time where the people with mental health disorders is running shit. That's all it is. We're living in a period of time